amrithakalash, 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 amrithakalash. Amrithakalash, 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 amrithakalash. Namaste and welcome to Amrithakalash, the taste of nectar. The purpose of Amrithakalash videos is to share diverse, healthy and authentic vegetarian and vegan recipes. As part of our special guest series, we are delighted to introduce talented cooks from across the globe. For this episode and the upcoming episodes, we collaborate with Brahmin Recipes and Tips, BRT, a large Facebook community, to introduce a talented cook whom we will talk about in a minute. Before we do, please make sure to subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon to receive notifications for our upcoming episodes and other recipe videos. If you are interested to join the BRT group in Facebook, please check the description box for a link. In today's episode, we have Saranya, a wonderful cook and a food enthusiast. She is an avid contributor in the BRT group. Having shared many authentic recipes in BRT group, she was recently conferred the Top Contributor Award from BRT. Saranya, an IT engineer by profession, is a resident of Ottawa, Canada. She describes herself as having a lot of flair for healthy eating, and that is how she developed her interest in healthy traditional cooking. She is a certified acupressure therapist who focuses on age-old traditional ways of living healthier without the aid of modern medicine. That is one of the reasons that attracted her towards BRT on Facebook when she saw that this group encourages sharing traditional recipes learned from our ancestors. Apart from her great interest in cooking, she loves to travel, read books, and an ardent animal lover. Moreover, she believes in and lives by a verse from the Tirukkural, a famous poetic treatise authored by Saint Thiruvalluvar. The verse can be loosely translated as follows: taking medication becomes unnecessary when food is consumed, once what was consumed previously has been well digested. We can interpret this as there is no need of medicine to heal your body's pain if you eat once your previously eaten food has been fully digested by your body. On behalf of Amrithakalash and BRT, we thank Saranya for sharing this great wisdom with us and for featuring in our channel. Today, in our special guest series episode, Saranya will be sharing an array of interesting vegetarian dishes with us. These include sweet appam, punugulu, mango sambar, kalyanarasam and yam chips. Without further delay, let us get into the main session.
Hi all, this is Saranya from Ottawa, Canada. A warm welcome to you all. To begin with, I would like to thank BRT Facebook group for honoring me with the Top Contributor Award, and a big bow to Amrithakalash channel for giving me this golden opportunity to showcase my cooking skills. Today, I'm going to show a South Indian lunch combo that can be made for any special occasions. A South Indian combo usually consists of sambar, rasam and some sauteed vegetables. Sambar is a kind of a thick lentil soup. Rasam is a tangy thin soup. First, let's see the ingredients for the sambar, which is raw mango sambar. The ingredients are 1 cup of fresh raw mango diced, 1 medium chopped tomato, 1 slit green chili, 2.5 tablespoons of sambar powder or spice powder, 1 cup of pressure cooked tur dal, salt as required, turmeric powder as required. For tempering, sesame oil, about 1/4 teaspoon of fenugreek seeds, some compounded asafoetida, 2 red chilies and some mustard seeds. Finally, to use in sambar and rasam, I have kept some curry leaves and finely chopped coriander leaves. To the vessel, Add 1 to 2 tablespoons of gingerly oil or sesame oil. Let the oil heat. Add the required mustard seeds. Allow the mustard seeds to splutter. Let's wait for the mustard seeds to splutter. Now the mustard seeds started crackling. Add the compounded asafoetida and the fenugreek seeds. Allow the fenugreek seeds to turn red. Then add the red chili. And the diced give it a good mix. At this stage, add 1 tablespoon of salt. Give it a good mix. Add about 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder. And the sambar powder. Now add the required amount of water. Mix it well. Leave this until the mangoes turn tender. Now that the mangoes are tender and the raw smell of sambar powder is gone, we can add the pressure cooked dal at this stage. Add water and give it a good mix and let everything boil for 5 more minutes. Now the sambar has boiled well with dal for 5 minutes. I'm turning off the flame and adding some curry leaves and chopped coriander leaves on top. Sambar is ready. Next dish I'm gonna make is rasam. This is also called as kalyanarasam. No marriage feast is complete without this rasam. Let's see the ingredients to make kalyanarasam. The ingredients are 1 small lemon-sized tamarind. The tamarind has to be soaked in hot water for 30 minutes and the pulp has to be extracted. 1 medium-sized tomato which is peeled. I have added the tomato in boiling water and peeled off the skin. There is a special spice powder to be added in kalyanarasam. The ingredients for the special spice powder are 1.5 tablespoons of coriander seeds, 1 tablespoon of tur dal, about 5 to 6 red chilies, some compounded asafoetida, 1 teaspoon of jeera, about half a teaspoon of peppercorns, salt as required, turmeric powder as required, some ghee for tempering and also to salt for the spice powder, pressure cooked tur dal. The dal consistency should be thin so that the rasam will turn out to be thin. Now let's make rasam. I have extracted the pulp from the tamarind. I'm going to add more water to this, maybe about 1 cup of water. Add the required salt. Add a pinch of turmeric. And the tamarind water should boil for about 10 minutes. Meanwhile, let's roast for the spice powder. Add about 1 teaspoon of ghee. Once the ghee melts, add the compounded asafoetida. Add the coriander seeds. Saute it a bit. Nice aroma of coriander seeds comes out. Add the tur dal and peppercorns. Again, saute it a bit. At this stage, add the red chilies. Saute it for about 2 seconds and turn off the flame. And add the cumin seeds. Allow this mixture to cool down before making the powder. The mixture is cooled down. Now let's make the spice powder. The powder should be coarse. It should not be a fine powder, otherwise the rasam will lose its consistency. In the same blender, I'm going to make the tomato puree. The tomato puree is ready as well. Now let's mix the tomato puree and the powder to the boiling tamarind water. We can add some more water to adjust the consistency. And allow the mixture to boil for 5 more minutes. Now the mixture is boiling well. The raw smell of tomato puree and the powder is gone. At this stage, you can add the dal water. After adding the dal water, turn down the flame and the mixer should not boil, it should just turn frothy. It will take about 2 to 3 minutes to turn frothy. Now that you can see the rasam has turned frothy, turn off the flame and add fresh coriander leaves on top. Now we can add the tempering for rasam. Now let's add the tempering for rasam. Add 1 teaspoon of ghee. wait until the ghee melts and add some mustard seeds. Once the mustard seeds start crackling, add the red chili and add some curry leaves and turn off the flame. Add the temporary rasam and the flavorful rasam is ready. Instead of sauteed vegetables, I'm gonna make elephant foot yam chips. For the chips, I've taken 250 grams of elephant foot yam, cleaned and peeled. I have diced them into medium-sized pieces. I have boiled the pieces in the tamarind water for 5 minutes to eliminate the itchiness that it may cause. Now let's see how to make the yam chips. Make sure to drain the pieces on a paper towel before deep frying them. Drop the yam pieces one by one onto the hot oil. After a certain temperature, always make sure to turn down the flame. Make sure not to overcrowd. Drop 7 to 8 pieces at a time. Make sure to turn the yam pieces every now and then and cook the yam pieces till it turns golden brown. The yam pieces are cooked well. Now we can take out and drain it on paper towel. The yam pieces are deep fried. Now let's add seasoning to the yam chips. I'm transferring the pieces to a bowl. Add a pinch of salt or maybe 2 pinches of salt and required amount of chili powder and give it a good mix. By gently shaking this bowl to make sure that the salt and the chili powder is coated evenly on the pieces. Today we saw how to make raw mango sambar. Raw mango sambar is a no tamarind recipe. The sourness to the sambar comes from the raw mango pieces and the tomato we added. We also saw how to make kalyanarasam and the yam chips. I'm going to show 2 simple yet tasty recipes, a sweet variety and a snack variety. The first dish is a sweet variety and it is called as sweet appam, and the second dish is a popular Andhra snack and it is called as punugulu. Let's begin with sweet appam, and the ingredients are 1 cup of wheat flour, 1/4 cup of rice flour and 1 cup of liquefied form of jaggery. To make this liquefied form of jaggery, take 1 cup of jaggery and add a little bit of water and keep it on the stove for 5 to 7 minutes. Now let's see how to make the batter for sweet appam. Add the rice flour onto the wheat flour and first give it a good mix or whisk it together to avoid any lumps, and then slowly add the jaggery liquid to the flour and keep mixing. Whisk the mixture well after adding the required water to get this kind of a perfect consistency. The batter should not be too thick or not to be too thin. Now let's see the ingredients for punugulu. I have taken 1 cup of idli dosa batter, 1/4 cup of rice flour, 1/4 cup of maida or all-purpose flour, 1 small onion finely chopped, 2 small green chilies, 1 teaspoon of salt, about ½ inch of ginger finely chopped. First, to the idli batter, first add rice flour, maida or all-purpose flour, add the required salt, and give it a good mix. After all the flours get mixed, add finely chopped ginger, onions and green chilies and give it a good mix. Now that the batters are ready, let's see how the dishes are made. Let's see how the sweet appam is made. Once the oil is hot, turn down the flame to medium or low, and you can use a ladle like this or a tablespoon to drop the batter onto the hot oil. Take a ladle full of batter and drop it in hot oil. And please make sure that you have the stove in low, otherwise the outer part of the appam will become red, but the inner part of the appam might not be cooked. Keep turning the appams to the other side and wait till all the bubbles stop. Now that the bubbles have receded, the sweet appam is completely done. We can take it on to the draining vessel. In the similar manner, you can make all the sweet appams. Now let's see how punugulu is made. Wet your palms. Pinch a small ball of dough and drop it in the oil. Wet your palms every time you take a ball of dough. Again, we have to cook this until the bubble recedes. Keep turning the dough to make sure that all sides are cooked even. The dishes are ready. Andhra people usually make green chili chutney as an accompaniment for punugulu, but it can be enjoyed with normal ketchup as well. I hope you will find these recipes useful. Thanks for watching. Stay safe.
Amrithakalash, the taste of nectar.